Hello, this is Captain Obvious of YouTube, and I will be doing a tutorial on Kerbal Space Program's tutorial. That's right, it's a tutorial and a tutorial. Now, the one we're going to be doing today is tutorial number 2, Flight Basics. I noticed a lot of people online were having troubles with this, but there aren't really any good videos or tutorials on how to complete this tutorial out there, so we're going to do that today. I'm going to assume that you've read through all these, so essentially what we're going to be doing is just next clicking all these little information boxes. And here we are, ready to launch. So you hit Z to max out your throttle, space to start up the engine, then space to release the clamps. Now essentially what you're going to want to do is keep your rocket as pretty much close to pointing completely straight up vertical as you can. And when you watch your fuel tanks, because when you see the your rockets run out of fuel, you're going to want to drop those. And it's just waiting right now. If you keep an eye on your nav ball here, you'll notice that as the rocket's going up, it starts to tilt a little. If it starts to tilt too much, bring it back up to a uh, vertical position. Also keep an eye on this because when this switches, you're going to want to follow the instructions on the next tutorial screen. Right now it's on the liftoff section, but soon it'll switch to another section. Alright, here is the almost there part. It says you're now out of the thickest part of the atmosphere. Now is a good time to steer your ship towards the horizon in order to widen your orbit. Point your ship where the blue and orange parts of the nav ball meet. And when maneuvering, keep in mind that you will meet less resistance now that there is no atmosphere, so be gentle. Also keep an eye on your nav ball. As you can see, my rocket ship is not straight. I'm just going to give this sucker a little more height. How much height you need is pretty much uh, uh, totally up to you, but I suppose within the confines of the tutorial. But now, as you can see, it's switched to the close your orbit screen. Uh, I will be now doing what the previous screen said and pointing it towards the horizon. And once you get to this point, follow the instructions like he said and shut off your engine and go to the map view. Now this is a map view, and what you're going to want to do is create an orbit, and to do that you need this shows the trajectory of your rocket ship. So currently here's the rocket ship right here. Here's the highest point of the current trajectory, and then there's the lowest ports. So at our current route, it's going to go up like this, around here, and then crash back into there. So what we want to do is we want to widen this circle so that it creates an orbit. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to zoom in and click slightly before the AP. I know in the instructions it says click on the AP symbol and select warp here option, but that'll normally cause players to crash into the earth. Also, you want to bring up your nav ball again. So you want to click slightly before it and then click warp here, which exactly is what's going to happen. And then turn on your thrusters again and point it towards the prograde direction, exactly what it says in the instructions. Now, if you notice, you'll see the blue circle starting to widen as it creates an orbit around the Earth. And as you can see, my nav ball here, I have my it's pointed right on that little symbol on the nav ball, and as I'm doing that, it's creating an orbit. Now you want to keep an eye on your nav ball. If your rocket stops responding, chances are you've run out of fuel. And as you can see, I'm not at full throttle, even though they say burn at full throttle. You don't actually need to do that to complete this tutorial. I have my throttle down a little bit. I'm not going to burn through my entire rocket to create an orbit. In fact, I might run out of fuel. I might not. I'm not sure. You can always. Oh, looks like I'm running out. Yep, I ran out. So if when that happens, you just start your other one and you continue building the orbit, keeping your uh, ship burning towards prograde as it creates an orbit around the Earth. As you can see, this is now where our ship is going to crash if we kept on that course, but it's slowly creating an orbit around the Earth. You know what? I'm gonna blast the booster all the way now. This is taking a long time. Watch your nav ball. Make sure that you're burning prograde. And there you go! Kudos! You can kill the engine or whatever. You are now on a stable orbit around Kerbin. You can do many things from here, but in order to take the next step, you should learn the basics of orbits. That's a subject for a whole nother lesson. There you will also be explained why burning prograde works to stabilize your orbit. So that's it for today. Well done. And the main key takeaway here is that as I explained before, when you get into that orbit position where you're going to create an orbit and burn prograde, like I pointed out, you're going to want to click slightly before the AP symbol when you want to warp there. Um, and then do your prograde maneuver, keeping the booster pointed toward, or keeping your nav ball pointed, whoa, this thing's finicky, pointed toward the prograde symbol, as you can see right here. Here it is. And as I explained before, that's when you activate your booster and you create your orbit. It's not that difficult. Like I said, the only reason a lot of people failed at getting to this point was because they clicked exactly on the AP symbol before turning their ship towards this symbol here. But as long as you do it a little before the AP symbol and then turn your ship towards that symbol on the nav ball, you should be able to complete the level easy and fine. So when you're done, you click finish, and unlike the first tutorial, it doesn't actually automatically exit you, so you'll just hit escape and in scenario, and you'll be ready for training number 3, orbiting 101. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. If you liked the video, feel free to share it, like it, whatever. Hopefully this helped you out and it brings you back into the game. That's all for today, and that's Captain Obvious signing off.